Guys, how to know if she is not wife or marriage material. Ladies, it's your turn to listen up. Part 2 of 2. Number 13. When it comes to cooking, food, the kitchen, making food, I get it. Some people just don't know how to cook. It's important, though, to learn. Because eventually, per se, you got to stop eating out. You got to start eating in. You got to start saving some money. You got to start eating healthy. And forget about just the aspect of cooking for a moment and food for a moment. Cooking itself is a social environment of fun, communication, laughing, talking, enjoying, and just, oh, this is so good, honey. This is delicious. Oh, make this every day. Each person in the relationship, male, female, husband, wife, both of you need to learn how to cook. I don't care if it's 80-20, 90-10, but it ain't going to be 100 and 0 because I've seen that. And sometimes one of you wants a break. I do a lot of cooking because I like to cook. I got a cookbook, Who's Hungry? And I got a lot of great meals in there that men love because I'm a guy. And those meals are made for men, but they're also made for women and families. But from time to time, I like to be served. I like someone to cook for me. Oh, hey, is it ready? Okay, let's sit down. Let's enjoy. Cooking is a social activity, and food brings people together. The better the food, that's good too. But the point is don't be against, ladies, making a sandwich for your man. That is such BS. Because if he does all the cooking for you, why is he doing it? Because he loves you. He wants to serve you a good meal that makes you smile and endearing towards him for doing so. Don't you want to do the same for him? A lot of women don't think that way, unfortunately. How are you counterbalancing that with something in return besides, and hey, there's the golden rule, the person who cooks, the other person does the dishes. I get that too, But all I'm saying is both parties need to learn how to cook. Like I said, 70-30, 60-40, 90-10, but not 100-0. And guys, if she does all the cooking, learn 2 meals, learn 3, and learn meals that she cooks so you can learn and have her teach you. And vice versa. If the guy does all the cooking, ladies, you got to learn to cook a couple things. Otherwise, over time, cooking cultivates the personality. Over time, it makes you a more enriched person. Take it from me. I cook, and I love it. And everybody I've ever cooked for loves my food. I have put mothers out of business, grandmothers, chefs, trained chefs. So cooking makes people smile. Ladies, learn this art. And that's what it is. Plus, don't you want to serve your man? Give him good food? The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. It's true. A woman who makes food for a man, he loves her. And number 14. This is also a very interesting one. And I've picked up on this over the years. And this is really directed at women. She smothers you far too much. She doesn't give you space, doesn't let you have your own man time, alone time often enough for you to be able to regenerate or rejuvenate or rest your own self as a man. Ladies, we men, just like you, get tired. We need to rest. We need our alone time so that we can return to the relationship and or the family with renewed energy and enthusiasm. Oh, thanks a lot, honey, for just kind of giving me those couple hours. Oh, how can I help out? What can I do? I've said the following to so many women who fall guilty of this characteristic. And I say to them, and listen to this very carefully. I say to these ladies, there's no word in the dictionary called smothering. That's smothering. like father, smothering. But there is a word called smothering. And I've actually seen mothers kind of smother their boys. When the boys are doing this or that, and they're like being a little overbearing, overruling on them, kind of like smothering them. I step in and I say, hey, with all due respect, you need to back off. Your son's okay. In fact, I remember so many different examples over the years where a mother was a little overly on the discipline or the punishment for whatever the kid did. And they kind of pulled me in. They say, hey, Bart, what would you do? What would you say? What's your take on the matter? And I said, well, based on what I've seen, from the child's point of view and your point of view and this and that, I actually think you're being a little too overly aggressive on the punishment or this or that. Why don't you pull back just a little bit? But here's what you say to this, daughter or son. And they listen to that and they go, that makes good sense. I'm going to do that. I'm going to see how it turns out. Well, they call me later, a week or two, and they're like, Bart, thank you so much. My daughter, my son, they really appreciated our talk. They feel really bad about what they did. But because I didn't come on to them like I did in the past, and I pulled back a little bit, I used your tone, I used your wording almost exactly as you said it, that I should say it to them. Boy, we made so much progress. It was a heartfelt moment with my kids, and I really appreciate that. So many times women smother their children because they can't smother their man because the man's just taller, stronger, and it's like, yeah, try that on me. I'd like to see you try to smother me. But sometimes they do with their words. Women will smother men with their words, their wishes and demands. That's not good. No. So women who smother men and their children with too much fill in the blank. Ladies, don't do this. Guys, if your lady doesn't allow you your space or time away, just to regenerate, rejuve, rest up, take that nap. And it happens over and over and it's a pattern. No. Goodbye. See ya. You're unhealthy for me. I'm out of here. As you can imagine, there are other signs that women show or don't that prove that they are not marriage material or ready for marriage in their current state. Keep your eyes and ears open, gentlemen, and watch for patterns of misbehavior. Listen to their tone. Listen to the words they say. Watch their deeds, not just their words. Actions speak louder than words. What you might not catch today with those hawk eyes and ears of yours, you might if you take note of what she says and does over time. Keep a mental journal so you can refer to it when she asks you, well, are we getting married or not? Whoa. You can then play back a series of episodes telling her how her actions, or words, or a lack thereof, force you to say, I don't think so. Maybe later at some point, but no, I just don't see it happening. No, in fact, we need to say goodbye. Now, you could try bringing these issues up with her, and maybe she'll listen. Maybe she'll work hard to improve. That's valid. If not, then I have a saying that goes like this. Sometimes we can't be people's teachers. We don't have the time, or the resources, or the know-how. So it's best that we let life, and I mean that, let life be their teacher, not you. Let her back out into the wild to learn, grow, and become a better person. Yeah, for someone else to catch when she's eventually ready to enter into a healthy relationship with her chosen one who can appreciate her. Until then, wish her well. And again, this goes both ways. Ladies and gentlemen, we've all got to own up. We all have to come to the table with something. We just can't come to the table with our money or our bodies. Ladies, marrying a man just for his money, you better check his personality. Because with money, what do you do with money? You spend it, you buy things, and those people at the other end, they jump. They do something. They give you the goods, the product, the service. They're at your beck and call because you got the cash and you're making the payments. So ladies, when a man has all the money and you have what do you have? If you've got nothing but, he can control you pretty well. That ain't good, and you may even be seen in his mind as disposable because you lack heart, compassion, love, depth, substance, intelligence, desire to create a family and serve that family, and because you want you, me out there on the social medias and parading your body around in ways that are not healthy in lots of ways. So again, dating and relationships and marriage, it's a free market. And if you want something from someone else, you need to deliver what they want in order for you to get what you want. Yeah, it's just how it goes. So, guys, how to know if she is or is not wife or marriage material? Hey, I hope these tips helped. And ladies, I hope they helped you too on what not to do or be in order to land that man to be yours.